Ask anyone who is in one, and they will tell you it's not easy to make a long-distance relationship work. Tones get misinterpreted via texts all the time. Finding the right time to talk to each other is a nightmare, and the stomach-churning longing you feel when you miss your partner can make you question if it's even worth it. Sure, there are challenges, but if a dating coach who gives long-distance relationship advice regularly says it's possible, it's possible. Plus, there are two ways to look at that statistic we mentioned above. About 40% of LDR couples break up, which also means that 60% survive. So, if you're saying things like, "I love him but I can't do long distance," we've got you covered. Let's get right into all you need to do. 10 ways to make a long-distance relationship work. 1. Communicate regularly. Good communication is the key to any healthy relationship. To stay emotionally connected, you need to really let your partner know about your feelings and emotions. If you have a bad workday, the person you rely on for support should be there to lend an ear, despite the distance. In the physical absence of your partner, it is inevitable that you will have mood swings. In that case, you need to share those feelings with your partner to keep the emotional intimacy intact. The daily exchange of texts and messages along with video calls whenever possible will keep you connected to your partner and will take the edge away a bit from the physical distance between you. Keep the following things in mind to make sure you and your partner are able to communicate regularly and in a productive manner. Schedule any video calls or phone calls. Don't wait for an important call. State your expectations and needs clearly. Encourage your partner to do the same. Try to opt for more voice and video calls than text messages. Support each other and reassure each other when needed. Be an active listener. Establish a communication style that works for both of you. Make sure your partner understands what your message is, and don't let any miscommunication cause problems. 2. Make sure your communication is actually productive. Communication in itself won't solve all your problems. You must also look after the quality of communication you establish. Communication has 4 T's: timing, tone, technique, and truth. You must make sure that you're wary of your choice of words along with the tone you employ. Since you are unaware of your partner's circumstances, it's going to be difficult to judge their mood. Miscommunication between moods can often lead to bad communication or arguments. Perhaps you wanted to share some exciting news but your partner hasn't had the best day. Perhaps you want to talk about the future, but your partner is angry and wants to talk about that fight you two had. Try to gauge your partner's mood based on how they're communicating with you and get to the bottom of what may have landed them in this mood. Even if you want to share positive news, it may turn out disastrous if you don't time it right or if you don't use the right words. Of all the things to make a long-distance relationship easier, effective communication tops the list. Make sure you and your partner both know how to talk to each other. Use the right words at the right time, and things will be smooth sailing. Well, for the most part. 3. Meet as often as possible. This will keep the physical connection alive and take care of both your sexual needs. Sex and physical intimacy are the first things to get impacted in a long-distance relationship, so make sure to meet one another as much as possible. Not meeting your significant other is the worst mistake one can make. Work out your finances and ensure that you can fly down or take a train ride every few months to meet your partner. Whenever you can, try to meet halfway for a short holiday or plan a road trip together. Sometimes you can go to see your partner in person, or your partner can visit you. Plan surprises. That's also vital. We know this is a drain on the finances, but look at it as an investment into your relationship. Meeting each other might be a bit more difficult when you're trying to make long-distance work in different countries. In such cases, patience is going to be your best friend. Don't let the irritation of it all get to you. Remember the adage, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and bide your time. 4. Keep your expectations real. It is very natural to feel anxious, concerned, angry, or worried over the slightest disconnect in communication. For example, when you don't receive an immediate reply to your texts. However, be realistic. He may be going through a bad day at work and is unable to reach out to you, or the difference in the time zones might just be too severe. If it seems like your partner doesn't want to communicate, it could also be because you might have failed to gauge their mood or understand that they just want some space, says Gitarsh, adding, maybe they're going somewhere and you just forgot. The point is, it's important to give your partner space. Just because you're in an LDR does not mean you have to always stay virtually connected or keep score of how much you talk to each other. If you're looking for long-distance relationship advice, here's a little nugget. Be more accepting and manage your relationship expectations realistically. 5. Use some long-distance relationship gadgets. What's the point of living in the most technologically advanced age if you're not using it to its full potential? Sometimes, a few sweet long-distance relationship gadgets can help you get through those particularly painful days when you can't seem to think about anything other than wanting to hug your partner. When those days come around, you can keep the spark alive with some ingenious gadgets. Did you know that there exist lamps that light up in your partner's room when you touch yours, even if they're 1,000 miles away? There are rings that can literally make you feel your counterpart's heartbeat on your finger, and, well, some sex gadgets use the same principle. So, start exploring and get yourselves a few that best align with your personality as a couple.